All right. Welcome to week 4. Can you see my PowerPoint okay? Is it actually showing up there? Oh, nice. I think so.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so welcome to week 4 of Mobile App 2, Mobile App Portfolio 2. So we're going to be talking about two sort of topics that go hand in hand with what we've been discussing over the last 3 weeks, which is, when we're putting our app on the App Store, we need to have a marketing plan, we need to have, a financial plan, we need to have an actual plan for the deployment or for the actual App Store page. And one of those things that goes with it is the landing page. So usually, if you're a big company or you want to have a really popular app, you'll have an actual website that supports, or a landing page that supports your app that people can go to your website to read more about. So there's your App Store page and then there's the landing page. We're going to talk about both today. And these go hand in hand with how you create your business model or your revenue model. So if you're choosing how to do ads and how to make money, these kind of relate in a way. So they drive sales, they drive people to actually purchase or download your app, depending on if it's free or paid. And yeah, there's just some helpful tips here in how to create a nice landing page and how to create a nice App Store page. So there's kind of two separate things. I want you to be thinking about one as its own entity and then one that's a page on the App Store. So you guys are going to have a project. I think it's due in 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's due the week right before reading week. So it should be week 7. Yeah, 3 weeks from now, which is going to be your final version of your portfolio website. And on there, you're going to have a landing page for the app that you're building. So I know you guys are in your groups, so you'll be able to make a landing page totally different from somebody else. So that's why it's an individual project. So you can make your landing page for your workout app completely different than somebody else's in your groups for their workout app. So you can change the theme colors or whatever suiting your website. Okay, so we're going to talk about the landing page first, and then we'll talk about the next section after that. But that's just a little intro. So the average smartphone user has 36 apps on his device. We talked about this last week, and I think we debunked that myth. I think, well, for our class, we on average had around 80. But I think that's also an anomaly because we're developers, so we'll typically have more apps. The study claims that only 26% of those apps are used on a daily basis. However, people generally spend 30 hours a month using apps. So something I want you to try today is go into your screen time or your well-being, whatever it's called on your device, digital well-being, and look at your average screen time over the last couple days. So I was doing it this morning, and it was pretty astounding to me because you don't even realize how much time you're spending on your phone. But I think I was spending around 4 or 5 hours a day on screen time, which was just incredible to me. Now, some of it wasn't fully screen time. Some of them are phone calls or whatever, or video chats or something like that, where you're not just like on your phone glued to the screen, but we use our phones all the time. So throw your number in the chat or just shout it out kind of thing. Be kind of curious to see what our average is for screen time in our class. Our hours were a lot higher, or sorry, not our hours, our list of apps were a lot higher than the average. I want to see if our time spent is also a lot higher than the average. Because if we do 30 divided by 30, that'd be only 1 hour a day, and I don't think that was mine. Harshit is 4 hours, yeah. All right, that's pretty similar to me. So, and then if that's every single day, times 30, that's like 120 hours a month, which is wild. 4 hours for Tom as well. All right, nice. 3 to 4 for Sandeep, nice. I gotta put my phone on silent because when you guys type in the chat, it just makes my phone go nuts. 3 hours for Krupa. All right. Hey, maybe I was on the high end with 5. Very good. 4 hours for Jithan. Seems pretty average, 4 hours for Dosh. Nice. So there we go. So you can see how much time people are spending on their phone and on their apps. And yeah, pretty impressive. Very cool. All right. So if most apps are downloaded from the App Store and Google Play Store or iTunes page or wherever, how do you drive new users? And we will talk about marketing, and that will be next week. But another way to drive those users is through a mobile app landing page. It's a good starting point to get new users. So you can gather leads, you can drive traffic to your app, inform potential customers, lead them to download your application. Oops. So just those 4 there. I'll turn my mouse highlighter on. So you could do things like cold calls or whatever, and then send your website or your URL to people, or you could post on forums. And then if people ask about like a poker app that's being developed, and say you go on really popular poker blogs or poker sites, and you start, teasing that you have something, people actually get interested, and then they might sign up for like an email list when it's ready or something like that. So I was watching I think I told you guys this. I was watching this YouTube video, and I should post the link to it in the chat. On Mint Mobile, I think it was last week we were talking about Mint Mobile and what they did for gathering, I think it was 100,000 users they had ready signed up on a list waiting for their pre-launch before the app was released. And the way they did that was they found their working model of, what type of user is interested in our product, which was young working professionals who like to manage and budget their money. And then they found where those people hang out online, which was like these blogs, these YouTubers. And he said the best way that they could get people's information, like their emails and stuff, was just like having conversations on the blogs. So what he did for 6 months before the app was even released was he went on those blogs and started posting and saying like, hey, like, what if I told you that we're developing an app? And, you obviously establish that relationship first so they trust you and it doesn't seem like scammy, like you're pushing something. But and then they would seem really interested and they'd sign up or give their email for a notification of when that app would be released. The other thing they did, and the other thing he said that I found was interesting, was instead of paying the biggest name in the industry, like the biggest YouTuber with budgeting or finance to promote their product, what they did and what he said he found was the most or the best bang for your buck, sort of to say, in terms of your budget, was to find people that were like middle ground, find creators and content creators that were like, obviously had enough of a following to be a decent size, but it wasn't like they were like the biggest YouTuber for finance on the platform. They just found like your average kind of YouTuber that was promoting these videos, and they said that they found really high turnaround by getting those people to promote Mint Mobile and to talk about how cool of an idea it was. So what you can do, even though your app's not ready yet, is start pointing people to this landing page. Or once your landing page is ready, you start sending them this link, and then you could gather an email and get that list, and then send updates when that app is ready to download. So what do we consider when we're building a landing page? Okay. One, we want it to be easily understood. So we want the post to be detailed info about our app in a way that users get it. We don't want to overwhelm them with too many design gimmicks and too much information. We want to keep it clean and to the point. And then we want to carefully select the information that we're wanting to display on the page, right? It should be pretty simple. And there should be a call to action, which is either going to be to download the app if it's ready, or to sign up for a newsletter sort of thing, or like a notification for when the app will be ready. All right, so considerations continued. The landing page should be emotionally appealing. So remember, emotions are strong influencers. Appeal to the potential client's dreams, desires, wishes. Use nice background images, add screenshots that show people the desired results they may get from using your app. Don't sell the product, sell the emotions and the lifestyle it offers. So you could sell, instead of just selling poker tracks, you could sell the success of being a successful poker player, and how amazing it is, if you had testimonials, like when I started using poker tracks, my winnings went up by this %, and I was able to pay off whatever loan I had or something like that. And you could sell the success that PokerTrax helps you get. Trying to think, like with the health and fitness app, you could sell the lifestyle of being healthy and being fit and what that offers, instead of just like, hey, here's an app that's really helpful. You want to sell the whole vibe, I guess, or the emotions that are tied to being healthy and fit and eating well. And then for Pitch Venture, instead of selling, just the product, you want to sell, that lifestyle to either the franchise owners or to the store owners, and like what their life would look like if they were successful with however many applicants, and how great that would be for them, sort of thing. Okay, so what is the process? How do we close the deal with our landing page? So at first, you want to gently guide your visitors to the purchase or to the download when they get to your site. It should be a route that has information stops that kind of helps them look around and help solidify that decision. So you'll place your call to action on that page in prominent places. So you could have it in more than one spot. You could have it on a button right away where they see it, and then they can scroll down, read more about the app, keep scrolling, and at the very bottom of the page, there could be another call to action, which is the download button. And it might intercept the visitors in these decision process and take them forward to the app download page, but you want to put it in the right moment. Screenshots are going to be a huge advantage on your landing page that show how your app performs and what it looks like. And you can even make screenshots if your app's not completely finished. You can still have them designed if you're going to design them a specific way and then follow that design scheme when you actually release the app, which is what they would have done for Mint Mobile. And then we can display various screenshots that help the potential customer to understand how the app works and the final result. The entire landing page template should be responsive. And remember, users will install the app on their smartphones or tablets, so you want it to be mobile friendly. So what that means, and what we will talk about today, is, do I have an example of this? Let's see. Responsive. I might have to download the code for it on GitHub, sorry. So this is I think this is a non-responsive website that I made just a quick example of last year. Let's see, open this with Chrome. Okay, so here's your website. You've got a title, a header, a subtitle, a paragraph text, and an image. Now, if I shrink my website, notice how nothing changes. And if I keep shrinking, if I even go and hit F12 and get rid of this and put it in a mobile window using this little button here, check this out. We can put it into an iPhone, or maybe even like a, what's the other one I like? Sometimes the device frame is on these. Pixel 5. Anyways, the point is, you can see how this is a phone, this is on mobile, and it's not responsive at all. It's not responding to screen changes. And even if I rotate it here, you can see like it just looks bad, right? And obviously it's meant to look bad. It's an example of that. Anyways, a responsive website, if I show you here on GitHub, if I go to their mobile browser, see how the nav bar changed? And now you've got this little hamburger menu or this drop-down toggler. So the context of the screen changed. It's not just a fully zoomed out version on a phone. It's actually meant for mobile. So that's what that point's making, really, in the end. This slide is just saying, because you want them to be able to download it on their phone, I'll just close these. You want it to be mobile phone friendly. Otherwise, it's just going to turn them off from wanting to download your app. Okay, so some examples we'll go through, and you can pull them up on your website or on your laptops on your other screen if you've got something, but I'll put the link in the chat as well. We're going to look at Tapcart first, tapcart.com. And here's their landing page. So yeah, they do have an App Store listing, but they also have this landing page, which is real handy, that I can go to as a user, or I could find from a blog or some other link and read about. So mobile e-commerce for Shopify. So take a look at this, open this up. I want you guys to play around with it a little bit, see what you can find. But notice, okay, so right away, when we get to this site here, we've got a nice visual of what it looks like on my phone. That draws me in. But this call to action, there's a couple calls to action. Right here, we can book a demo. We can book a demo. There's already 2 spots to do that. If I keep scrolling my journey through this website, we can get some ideas of what the lifestyle or what the emotional marketing that they're trying to make a point across here. We can transform our Shopify store. Keep going down, we see more screenshots. There's a call to action, learn more. We keep going, we've got a testimonial, which is nice. We can see more screenshots, another call to action to book a demo. So it's 3 times now we've seen that. I'm gonna keep going, keep going. Maybe I'm still on the fence about it as a user, I'm still reading, and then I see this, wow, push notifications, and then they show an example of it. Oh my goodness, the book a demo button is there again, 4 times. Keep going, keep going. Bring alongside your favorite technology. So here we can, this is a different call to action, but we can see what services it integrates with. We can design with a drag and drop app builder. So maybe that's the one that that put me over the edge, and now I've decided, yeah, I'm gonna book a demo. 5 times, there's that button, book a demo. A dedicated support team, awesome, we can contact them. And then once you get to the very bottom, boom, look at that, another one, book a demo or try it for free. So there's an example of a landing page. What do you guys think about this one?
It's really nice visually, and it definitely, I think that's its job of trying to get you to book a demo.
Yeah, definitely. It can seem like you don't want to like bombard the user with these book a demos, but they're placed in spots where it's like you might be reading, okay, this is feature 1, testimonial, feature 2, feature 3, and each time they mention a feature, that might be the feature that I'm like, oh, you know what, the other one that I'm trying to decide between, like if there was 2 apps, and then I'm like, oh, Tapcart has that feature, I didn't realize that, yeah, that's the one, boom, and then you see that call to action, and it's just like, subliminally, it's there in the back of your mind, and sorry, subconsciously, not subliminally, subconsciously, you might be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one. This is the app that I want to go with, and we book that demo. But yeah, so you're listing your strongest features that you have over your competition, or just features that your app has to really draw in your users. So there's stunning images. It looks really professional, and then the effects, the scrolling and everything. Let's check if it's mobile friendly. So let's do that. I'll just go into my mobile device here, and look at that. It is responsive on our phone. We've got a nice context menu there. Scrolling down, we can see all the images and everything are sized. This is now like an image slider, which we didn't have before. Before, I think they just changed. I'm not sure. Anyways, so it is completely designed for mobile phones in mind. Okay. What else? The autoplay videos I really like, because if the user has to click the play button, they might just forget or not see that. So if it's just going to auto play, then it'll capture their attention right away. Structured sections make this page really easy to understand. So what that means, what do you think I mean by structured sections?
There's like clear visual dividers separating one point they're trying to make from another.
Totally, and each section has like its own image, text, and then like extra information. So like here we can see that this whole blue area is like a testimonial section, and there's an image to go with it. And then if we keep going, we can see another clear divider here, right? That gray line going horizontally across. And so we can see there's like a title, a paragraph, a button, some more info down here, and a screenshot, right? So they have like the same type of design for each section. So it's very easy to understand from a user endpoint. You go through the first section, you understand like that's the template that they're using. Okay, picture, text, info, picture, text, info, picture, text, more info, picture, text, more info, right? And they're very clearly divided visually, so I can segregate that information. It's not overwhelming to me as a user, because you could lay this out in a very confusing way if you wanted to. You could put all the pictures first, and then you could put all the text underneath and just have this wall of text like a Word document. And then I wouldn't know which picture went with which text, et cetera, et cetera. So I think you guys get the point with that. And then multiple clear call to actions, okay? Things we could do to improve this page. I don't know if they still have this, the word bespoke. I think they actually changed their, you can see in the screenshot, they used a weird word there. So that was the only point, really. Could be confusing, but they have since changed that, so that's good. Another one that I really like is Google Duo's landing page. So let's take a look at that. I don't have the link as part of the, here we go. I'll put it in the chat. All right, so I also really like this one. I find Google's very good with their design choices. So your turn. I want you guys to go through this and point out what you see that makes it a good landing page. You can type it in chat or just throw it out. What do we think makes this a good landing page? Features listed and very easy to identify. All right, yeah, so right away, we can see the features right here, broken down in bullet point. And it's not, notice, it's not like a massive paragraph of text. It's like one sentence. Make one-to-one calls. See who's online, available to connect on Duo, or invite a friend to join. Right? And then there's a little icon to go with it. Let friends know that you've joined. Tap into a contact to leave a note, video, or voice message. So features listed and easy to identify. Very good Krupa. What else? What else do we notice that's good? So we've got some nice visuals here showing that it works on both phone and laptops. So that's helpful for me right away. I can see it's cross-platform. Going through this, they've decided to show one on the tablet, another tablet. Here's one on a phone. So we can see that it works on multiple devices, and we've got good screenshots. GIF representation, nice Harshit. So the autoplay feature for videos is very nice, and they actually show some of their features here, like drawing for the kids. So you might see like this during the pandemic as a grandparent or a family wanting to connect with little kids, and see that doodle option, right, makes it more fun as a family. And here, you know, you got the effects with the balloons or whatever, or like the filters. They're showing you what that actually looks like so that you can see those features in action, right? Because anyone can just make a video call app, but having a video call app with these extra features that connect to people, well, they want to just show that off. So nice Harshit. Jithan said minimal design strategy. Yeah, I really like it. Notice the white space that they have. So they're using text, but it's not like overwhelming. You've got a lot of white space that balances the page, and it's very clearly divided. Notice we have a photo on the right, text on the left. You go down, photo now is on the opposite side, and the text is over here. So we can see that this is a new section, even though that there's no divider, like on the last website where there was a horizontal divider with the color. We can just tell because now the image is on the other side again that these two go together, right? So visually, I can block those two things off together. I want to see. I have this annotation tool that I can draw. Here we go. Don't see it. Okay. Can't find it. Okay. Anyways, I would draw little boxes around these just to show you, but I think you guys get it. They've alternated their photos and their text, and it's very minimal. Nice, Jithan. Okay, so those are all good. What about the calls to action? Call to action. How did they do that?
Yeah, so they have an option, I guess, to try it on the web, but they also have those familiar iOS and Android icons at the bottom, so you kind of feel safe knowing you're going to, the reputable site that you're aware of.
Totally, yeah, great point. So it's right at the bottom. You finish off your journey going through all their features, and then you have, either Google Play or Apple Store, and they've included symbols. So that's a really good point. And throughout it, we can see we've got a try it out button here. We've got Android, iOS buttons here, and then obviously the header the whole time has it as well. It's mobile friendly, or I would assume, I'm going to say it is before even trying it because it's Google. So we can see that it's also going to be, it's going to look professionally designed on someone's phone. Notice when I go to my phone view, how there's the image on top, then text, then the button. Whereas when I switch out of my phone view, the text and the image are beside each other. So that is responsive layout. And I want you to start thinking about, or not thinking, just noticing responsive layouts, because we're going to talk about them a little bit later today. But notice here, we've got bullet points in a 2x2 format. So it's 2 rows going down and 2 columns going across. So we've got 4 bullet points in a 2x2 format. If I go to my phone view, again, let's scroll down, look at that. It's a 1 column by 4 going up and down. 1 column by 4 rows. So notice they've changed on the phone what the layout is using responsive design, right? And that's really a huge thing with mobile web design, or just mobile websites, where you want your website to be responsive for mobile devices, and you want them to change depending on the format that you want them shown on. Cool. All right, so things we liked. Let's see, we got the fonts were good size and really nice visuals, powerful messaging that evokes emotion, right? They're connecting family. Notice how they're not just playing on the fact that it's like, they're not just saying like, oh, video call app, call anytime. You can pick up or decline calls, you can whatever. They're really playing on the fact of being together and connection. And they're playing on that family emotion. Look at this. Be part of bedtime, right? Be part of your grandkids' nighttime routine or whatever. Tuck them in with their favorite stories. So they're selling that emotional, message of, you might not be able to be with your grandkids all the time, but you can now with our app. Get the group together, keep the fun times rolling with your weekly games nights. They're really playing up those emotional stories. More fun with the entire family. It's a family mode. Wow. sending a little love their way, right? So if you're in a long distance relationship, you can send a note with a really fun effect, even when they're far away or they can't pick up, right? So they're playing kind of on like, if there's a girlfriend, boyfriend, long distance relationship, there's also, features in their app that make you feel closer. And that's the emotion that they're really playing on. Make it more fun, capture special moments, and then obviously privacy is a big one. But yeah, so notice that they're really playing that up, the powerful messaging. User engagement examples that are positive, compelling, beautiful autoplay videos, like what Harshit said. Now, what we could do to improve it, we could have more than one call to action, probably, and then mention that it's free. I don't know, did they mention that it's free? It's free, there we go. Maybe make that a little bit more in your face. I don't think they mentioned that it was free here. And then use an older actor to convey that the product is user-friendly. Well, I think they've changed that. They've since changed that because you can see the old screenshot here. It's all young people. So since that was written in the slideshow, they have actually added, all ages, all representations. It's easy for grandma to use, right? So just little things. They're little tiny things that you maybe don't think about, but they have a big impact on your users when they're choosing to download. All right, so there's a couple more examples that we could keep going through, but I think you get the point. Let's see, what's the exercise? We're gonna skip this, I think, just for time, but you can on your own time. Good morning, Ritu, welcome. How are you doing? You could on your own time go through and, well, you will actually build out a landing page for your business. So you can do this exercise or not, and you can make a multiple view page or just a single page template in PowerPoint if you want, and then actually design it. Or you can just build it off of the current portfolio and kind of build off of what you've already created, okay? So I'm gonna put this one, pacemaker. Here we go. So again, we can see, we'll just go through this one quickly. Nice visuals right away. We've got the download button. Create mixes with millions of tracks and share your vibe with your friends. So there's that emotional message. Here, there's all their awards. Very easily, segmented sections that we can read through. There's a video. They're showing more screenshots. And then boom, download on the App Store. Very simple, right? That's it. That's the whole thing. And you can download here from the top as well. And we can see iPhone, iPad. Very cool. All right. So that is it for landing pages. So before we continue, oh. There's the other side to the equation, which is your actual page on your App Store, right? So we're going to talk about that, and then we'll get into our break here in a little bit. All right. So there's your landing page, and that's going to be part of your mobile portfolio. Any questions before we move on from the landing page section? Any confusion, or is it pretty straightforward? You guys understand kind of what I'm expecting? When I will give out more details, but when you build your final version of your portfolio, there is a section of it that has to be a landing page for your app, for your app design, for your group project. And say Tom is in Jithan and Krupa's group. Well, Krupa's landing page or Jithan's landing page will be different from each other's, as well as Tom's landing page will be different, right? It's an individual landing page. And remember, they're simple. They don't have to be overcomplicated. You want to have a call to action, which will eventually link to your App Store download page, right? Okay, sweet. We got thumbs ups. thumbs up, thumb ups. What do you call them exactly? Okay, no confusion there. Awesome. I'm gonna separate the recordings. I'll stop this one.